All right, Shalom. First, I can start by saying our praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is Compton Pitbull breeder mauled to death by his own dogs. So I'm going to go ahead and press play on this clip, add some precepts.
Our top story at 5 o'clock. A pit bull breeder is savagely mauled to death by the very dogs he was raising in Compton. His mutilated body was found inside a blood-stained kennel on his property. KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live from Downey with details about the gruesome discovery. Chris?
Yeah, Cher and Court, gruesome discovery indeed. Veterinarians here at the LA County Animal Control Center in Downey have been working with these pit bulls. We understand they have been sent out for DNA testing. Authorities believe the victim was actually killed sometime last night, maybe around 7:30, 8 p.m., and his body was in that dog pen for hours until his girlfriend found him this morning. Sky 5 was overhead as a woman frantically scales a fence, trying desperately to avoid some very agitated and apparently dangerous dogs on the ground below her. They have already killed her boyfriend, whose ravaged body is just feet away. The deadly pit bull attack happened at a home on North Thorson Avenue in Compton. Investigators say the woman discovered the gruesome scene Friday morning in the backyard and called 911.
There is surveillance footage of the incident surrounding the property, and it was discovered that as our victim was in the backyard apparently feeding them, it sounds like they attacked him, and ultimately he succumbed to his injuries.
Law enforcement personnel, firefighters, and LA County animal control officers quickly converged at the location. First responders say the initial challenge was to corral the dogs into a neighboring yard to gain access to the victim. The graphic footage, which we will not be revealing, shows the dogs ripped off most of the 35-year-old man's clothes, in addition to fatally biting and mauling him. Neighbors and animal advocates are stunned.
People need to take better care of their dogs. People need to understand that these dogs can kill somebody and hurt people.
Should have never happened. This time it happened to the owner of the dogs, but normally it happens to children, elderly, defenseless people, and somebody definitely needs to be held accountable for this. There has to be some kind of law and order here.
Animal control officers removed 13 pit bulls from the property, male and female, 5 adults, 8 puppies. Investigators are collecting DNA swabs and forensic evidence, trying to determine which dogs actually attacked and killed the victim. Experts will be examining the dog's general health and behavior and aggression. If any animal is determined to be unsafe for human interaction, it will be euthanized. And one man who does a lot of plumbing work in that neighborhood tells us that he has seen some pit bulls running loose in the streets and that, quote, they are not to be messed with. Reporting live in Downey, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Chris, thank you. That's our top story at 5 o'clock.
All right, so give me 1 second. All right, I'm going to start with this definition, mauled. The word maul as a verb of an animal, wound a person or another animal by scratching and tearing. So they scratched and tore pieces off his body, by the word definition. Let's see. If you are mauled by an animal, you are violently attacked by it and badly injured. He had been mauled by a bear. Mingle, claw, lacerate, tear. And then you have more synonyms for maul. So the Lord let them dogs tear them apart, scratch them all up, stuff of that nature. And then they say he was a dog breeder. Also, and a lot of Jake that then got into that business, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but You got to be mindful what time you're in, and as you can see, that's clearly what happened. He's not mindful of the times that we're living in, because the Lord is only protecting His people, His starting with His elect. It's like He only protecting His elect. So I'm gonna get Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Right. So America is not your rest. This is not the place that you're supposed to be getting comfortable in. Selling these dogs can cost anywhere, depending on the person that's selling them, really. But the normal price that I see these dogs priced at when it comes to pit bulls and certain breeds of pit bulls, anywhere from what. And I sure forgot to look from the looks of the type of breed, type of dogs he had out there. They like around $3,500 and up. You know, so Micah chapter 2 verse 10, "Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Right, this is not the place that you should be getting comfortable in. Jake and them start selling these dogs and stuff, and then start making all this extra money and stuff, and then living their life and getting comfortable. Trying to live the American dream when the society is coming down, man. It says, because it is polluted, there's nothing but wickedness going on in America, man. Witchcraft, what else? Witchcraft is the main thing. The main thing that got people sleep, man. People still sleep, and you got the Battle of Armageddon finna kick off. You got the RFID microchip, which is the MOTB, according to the Bible, already being pushed out. It's not made mandatory, but you got the Lord is visiting this place. You got all these storms and tempests and all this death going on by all types of ways, man. And if I'm not mistaken, they had another person that was mauled by a dog. I don't know if this person survived either, around the same area or at the same time that he had got mauled and whatnot. So I'll be able to put the video up. But yeah, man, so Jake them not mindful of the times that they're living in. So Micah chapter 2 verse 10, "Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Right, so don't get comfortable in America, because it is polluted, it's full with witchcraft and wickedness. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Right, it's destroying the people mentally, spiritually. And the Lord don't care about no other nation. He only talking about His people, because His people are the ones that's supposed to be governing themselves after the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So when you don't turn to the Lord and depend on Him and line up what He got going on, He let things like this happen to you. He let your devices or the things that He bless you with take you out. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, "And the Lord said unto me, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, through the midst of the Israelites," the blacks, the Latins, and Native Americans, man. "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Right, so you see what I'm doing is called sighing and crying. I'm letting you know what's going on in the news, and I'm breaking down the words to edify you, and then I'm giving precepts, scriptures on it, and tell you what's wrong with the situation. That's crying and sighing, man. And also being on the highways and byways teaching the scriptures, outside on the corners, that's crying and sighing, man. "And to the others he said in mine hearing," right, because the Lord want to hear this, "Go ye after him through the city and smite," meaning to kill. And he's talking about the angels. You got one angel that's marking the people that's crying and sighing with the mark of exemption. Exemption meaning the mark of exemption from judgment. The ultimate judgment of America is to be hit by thermonuclear missiles. In the meantime, before that happens, you got people that's getting killed in various ways. If you got the mark of the Lord, see, the Lord know whom His elect is. If you have His mark, then He's going to deliver you out of these situations, man. In order to have the mark, you got to be crying and sighing, man. You got to be doing the work, lining up with the scriptures. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, "And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing," to the other angels, "Go ye after him through the city and smite." Smite meaning kill. "Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children." Maids is young women, and women. But come not near my sanctuary. Slack, but come not near any man or woman or child upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Right. So the Lord gave the angels the commandment to go kill his people, but don't mess with the ones that got the mark, man. It says man because the Lord deals with the man, and the man saves his household, man, which is the women and the children. And then you got some women that don't have men that's coming back to the Lord. Also, they call that the scriptures call it the elect lady. You know, so but it says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, Salakia, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which is the elders, which were before the house. Right. So in his case, the Lord let them dogs tear him to pieces behind him not having a mark. This is Jeremiah chapter 16. Verse 1, it says, the word of the Lord Yahweh came also unto me, saying, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their fathers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths. Right, so they getting grievous deaths, man. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Right, meaning they're going to be shit lying upon the ground. Just like how you walk past, you see dog shit in a lot of places. A good example of that is with the birds and stuff. You walk anywhere, a whole group of birds, and man, you see shit everywhere. You know, that's how people's bodies are going to be, man, lying in the streets like that. And it says, verse 4, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine. Sword is a killing instrument. And by famine, which is lack of food, starvation. People are going to be lying because they're going to be starved to death. People are going to be lying on the ground, scattered everywhere because they didn't got shot or stabbed, or whatever the case may be, you know. And their carcass shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. Right, man. Even dogs, man. Dogs are just gonna be eating people whose bodies have been left around. And more you're starting to see people what I've been watching. You're starting to see people and how they feed their dogs, how they take care of their dogs, because you know the dog's digestive system and tracking what they eat is different from a normal human. So I'm a normal human from a human. So they eat the diets that's been being fed to these pit bulls, especially of the various breeds, is raw meats. You know, so they've been you know, at least since I've been watching a whole lot more than anything, because at one point in time I never really fed my dog no like raw meat, like big ass chicken and steak pieces and shit like that. I just give them the regular dog food. I'm pretty sure a lot of people did do that, but you got people that just feed their dogs regular meat and everything, man. So shit, what makes you think they ain't gonna mind eating you? Shit, you know, just the Lord got to put the spirit on them. But you know, anyways, this is this next precept is so I can bear with me. Sirach, chapter 39. Verse 29, it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And he looked like he probably might have been an Israelite, man. But it doesn't matter. It says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. See, teeth of wild beasts. It says, they shall rejoice in his commandments, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right? So the Lord put the spirit on these animals to kill people, man. This is back at Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 5. It says, for thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, meaning don't cry for them, neither go to lament, nor bemoan them. For I have taken away my peace from this people, said the Lord, even loving kindness and mercy. Right, so the reason why these things is happening to these people, and people get, in this particular case, being mauled by a dog, because the Lord took away his peace from them. See, right now the Lord is giving his people mercy. And the mercy is just for you to turn back unto him, meaning he will not kill you until the appointed time. But if you turn back unto him, he will not. If you do die, you get an honorable death. Or he just won't kill you. So that's where the things are going with the Lord, with the people. But you got to be an Israelite though, a Black, Latin, or a Native American, man. You can't just be any nation. This is Jeremiah chapter 7. Verse 16, it says, therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Right, man. So you can pray to the Lord all you want to about these people and their situations. You're not a church, we tell you to pray for them, and all this extra stuff. The Lord said, no, don't pray for them. I took my mercy away from them. They don't want to adhere to anything I got to say. They want to worship all the idols and gods. They want to worship, do all the wickedness they want to do, and still get into the kingdom of heaven and still act like they, just, you know how it is, man. The Lord ain't flying with the Lord, basically. So you gotta actually do what the Lord say for him to protect you and show mercy to you. Other than what the church say, the church will tell you the law is done away with. And you can do whatever you want to do. Disrespect the Lord, call him whatever you want to call him. The Lord ain't dealing with that. So I'm going to end it with that, though. But with that being said, call Allah, Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.